been using this 26-inch Estwing Camp Axe. Picked up Home Depot for 30 bucks. It's not too bad. The steel seems kind of soft. I read a lot of reviews online before I bought it, and they said this hammer pull right here, it's nice, but if you use this to pound in anything at all metal, that it will chew it up, because this is tool steel. However, it's not real hard. I've been kind of worried about the blade maybe rolling or curling on me. I've been out here, I've been splitting Locust, which is a hardwood, and I see one tiny little spot, probably wouldn't even show up on camera, I'm not sure, but I see one tiny little place. You might be able to see it right about there. All right, yep, just one little flaw, but still it did curl it in that spot. I'm sure you can see it, I can see it, so I'm sure you can. But you know, like I said, I've been splitting hardwood, been splitting Locust. This stuff's pretty hard. I've got a whole stack of it over here that was more seasoned. Love the smell of wood. But, you know, it's busting it up. But being as how this is basically, from what I gather, a boy's axe, not full size by any means. I don't know if I'd want to try to pack it, but maybe if you were going out and you had a base camp type situation like what I've got going on here, and some conveyance like you were taking a car, truck, SUV, even horseback, whatever, then an axe this size and one even bigger, a good felling axe, would be a good idea for the take along. Now this axe I'm pretty happy with. I do like the shock absorption on the handle. That's really good. There's no shock at all when I bring this down, when I bring it to bear and I slam home. I don't jar my bones. I like that. And it looks like it's got a place right here where you could drill that and drop a lanyard through. I've seen that done on a few videos, but I've not drilled it out myself to do that. I can't imagine needing a lanyard on this axe for any reason except maybe to hang it. And, you know, that would always be, I guess, a possibility. But other than that, this is all solid, of course. You can see all solid steel down to this point. Now, this is steel, but this is tubular. So that is a possible weak point on this axe. I can't see breaking it, not if you use it right, but still, it could be, you know, down the line, it could be an issue. And I worry about this seam right here, this joint, where the two pieces are married together. That is not welded. That's just an adhesive of some sort. I'm not really sure how they married these two together, but I wonder how that's going to hold up over the long run also. You can see where I had the stickers on there that I pulled off. I'm pretty happy with it overall though. It was a $30 axe. I think it's every bit worth that. It's not exactly a Gransford Brooks, but it's not a Walmart Coleman Camp Axe either. So, you know, I'm pretty pleased. This is what my wife's been carrying. She found this on the ground out at the lake. It was rusted solid. Somebody had been out chopping wood with it, cutting up limbs, stuff like that for the fire, and they dropped it in the tall grass. Didn't realize they'd left it when they left. and it had been there a good long time because it was rusted solid. I brought it home and cleaned it up. I do not know who manufactured this. I don't know if this is a Coleman or could be anything. Could be a Walmart Techsport. No clue. There's no identifying marks on it. But my wife carries this once in a while in her pack. It's been in storage and we had moisture issues. So there's a little bit of rust on here. I got to re-clean it this year. I usually take a paint stripper pad on a cordless drill and clean things like this up when it happens. Now, this is tool steel, so it's going to rust if I'm not careful. If I'm not vigilant about that, it's not stainless anything. So we got to be sure to maintain, keep it oiled, keep it clean, things like that. It bit. Did not split. Like I said, this Locust, this is hard stuff. Now I used to burn a lot of it. We had a wood burner, and this was really good for night burning because Locust burns a long time and it burns slow. Just enough to keep the chill off the house. But I think this little axe is no match for that little log, really. I usually use a splitting maul, and I split wood when the weather's cold, below freezing. That helps a lot. You're not going to split that one. Naughty. Let's try the other end. See if we can at least get some damage around these knots. Because it's a pretty knotted up piece of wood. Rig me a temporary kickstand. Try the other end. Yep, that worked. Yeah. Well, you can see how fibrous this stuff is. And it's hard and gnarly with all the knots. So, I mean, that's just a matter of experience, looks like. You pick the right part on the log and you might get a split out of it. Now, what I like this little guy here for is if I want to process some of this down a little further, what I'll usually do is kind of baton with it a little bit. I've seen videos, people try to start a baton. They'll put the axe on here and they'll come up and they'll bring that sucker down. And I can't remember her name, but I liked her on the show. Second season of Alone, she was splitting down wood the same way with a hatchet and just laid the back of her hand open bad and ended up having to go home. That's not the way to start batoning. Get your axe, your hatchet, whatever, knife, whatever you're using, into position. Use something else on the hammer pole to get that started. If I can even get a hold of this. Kind of an awkward piece. That might work. Yeah, that's gonna work. As you can see, I'm not kidding, this stuff's hard. But, you know, like I said, I don't know who made this axe. Hatchet, I should say. But it's a tough old bird. You can tell it's been around a while. And for small tasks like this, you know, it might be a tech sport, but it'll do the job. The trick with low end or low quality tools is to not use them outside the scope for which they were intended. You know, you're not going to fell no 14-inch tree with this. This is tiny stuff, okay? This, yeah, if it's not a real hardwood, you can go a little bigger on this. That could possibly be used for a felling axe for a small diameter, you know, something like this. Probably could do just fine, but I wouldn't want to tackle a very large project with it. Overall, though, I'm happy with the purchase. I'm happy with the performance thus far. And I'll keep using it, and I'll bring it out in future videos, and we'll do some more reviews. Any issues I've come across down the line, or if it breaks, or if it fails, or, you know, the handle comes apart, anything like that. And you guys will know. I'll put it on. But it does come with a sheath, something to cover the blade. Now, these are advertised as 100% all genuine leather. Does that look like leather to you? Every one of them they had in the store. This one and the 16-inch all said leather. But of course, these are not leather. But, now, this is a factory edge. I have not dressed this. I have not done anything at all to this. This is just the way it come off the shelf. And it's sharp. I've been out here. I've trimmed tree limbs and stuff in a walkway where I walk through. Normally I come out with my bow saw and I just cut those off. Well, I just come through with this last night in the dark with my flashlight and just lopped off a limb here, you know, and I was lopping off stuff an inch in diameter with just like one chop, and it was doing great. I was very happy with it. Seems kind of, a couple of times I've had an issue trying to put this on. It has to be exactly right, or the snaps just don't quite reach. But 26-inch Estwing Camp Axe, $30. I picked this one up at Home Depot. Now, if you go online shopping for these, you'll see them upwards of 50 and 60 bucks at some places. But Home Depot had them cheap, you know, and most places have them around this price range. Not a bad product. If I had to rate this from what I know of it just now, right now, with just 2 days of use out of it, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being very poor quality and 10 being excellent quality, I would have to rate this probably, at the moment, maybe a 4, a high 4, very low 5. You know, I really haven't put it through its paces a lot yet. But that'll happen over time. Get out here and try to beat it all up in one day. You know, we're not going to do that, but we are going to use it. This is going to be my primary for the base camp for a while, and we'll see how it performs over time. Alright, thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet and you'd like to do that, go ahead and subscribe, and I thank you for that if you choose to. Also, if you have any questions or comments, anything like that, be sure and leave those below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Those of you who don't know, I am self-employed. I work during the day. We work long hours, and it's a very physically demanding job. And a lot of days I come home just about ready for bed the moment I walk in the door. And we've had a dry spell on videos lately on my channel because we've had health issues and medical scares. My wife had a cancer scare. She just had surgery at KU Med Center. Turns out she is cancer-free. Dealing with her type 2 diabetes, my type 2 diabetes, which I'm trying to work on getting that into remission. But I've had heart issues. I have bradycardia. They don't really know why. Bradycardia, if you don't know, is a slow heartbeat. My heart beats slower than the average person's. And bradycardia, you know, mine gets down to high 30s beats per minute, which isn't bad. There are some people whose heart rate gets quite, substantially lower than that. But I do have a heart issue. They don't know what it is. Well, I can't say that. It may not actually be a heart issue. Bradycardia can also occur in extremely healthy people. There are a lot of performance athletes that have bradycardia because they are in such good shape cardiovascularly that their heart does not have to beat as hard to deliver the same amount of oxygen that an average person's needs. And the battery of tests I ran, they never found anything wrong with me. Matter of fact, everything was happy, everything was healthy, everything was perfect. My doctor said I was happier and I was healthier than he was. My A1C was great, my cholesterol was great, electrolytes, I was even hydrated properly, everything. He said he could not find one single flaw. So we still don't know what the bradycardia issue is. But anyway, now that we got a lot of that dealt with and out of the way, there's going to be a lot more stuff on the channel. So, feel free to keep watching, and if you got any questions, comments, anything like that, leave them for me. If they're negative comments, leave those too. I'm new to this YouTube thing, not really new, but, I got to learn. I know what I like, and I know what I don't like in videos, and I'm trying to kind of apply some of that here. The things that annoy me when I click on a video, I'm trying to edit those out of these videos, and I'm trying to do these all in one take. And just so you know, as is obvious, I do tend to ramble. I love to talk. Alright guys, I'll get another video out to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate your views, and I guess that's it. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to y'all later.